the key tells you where they explored. At the end of his strength, after trekking 700 miles west along the south coast in 1841, Edward Eyre reached sailors who had seen his signals for help from their anchored whaler. Eyre has started from the Adelaide in search of a stock route to Western Australia. He had failed that goal, but went on to complete an epic 1,000-mile journey to Albany, surviving heat, thirst, and an attack by Aborigines and his party. Here's Edward Eyre. John McDowell Stewart, who arrived at the centre of Australia in April 22, 1860, marks his achievement by displaying the British flag, but his attempt to press on the north coast had to be abandoned in the face of hunger and harassment by Aborigines. A few months later, sickness and exhaustion defeated his second bid to complete a south-north crossing of the continent. Not until his third try in July 1862 did he reach the north coast, only to learn that another expedition had beaten him to it. This is John McDowell Stewart. John King, sole survivor of the team that made the first south-north crossing of Australia, weeps beside the body of Robert Burke, the expedition leader. Having reached the north coast in February 1861, King, Burke, and his deputy William Wells returned to their depot at Cooper's Creek. Only hours it had been abandoned by the base party, who had given the explorers up for their dead. 2 weeks to travel farther, Burke and Wells thoroughly starved, but King was cared for by Aborigines until his rescue in September 1861. Here. This is John King, and this is Robert Burke. A bird of arid scrubland, the princess parrot is a nomadic seed eater that was sighted only once by the Horn expedition. The fact of so being seen, wrote the ornithologist Alfred North, may be due to the singular habit the bird has of lying along the stout limbs of the trees like a lizard. This is the princess parrot. Skulls and jawbones of marsupial mice. You know the different types of marsupials? Specimens of red-eared and Tithinius, Figure 1, and Stripe-Faced Dunnarts, Figure 2. This is the red-eared Orthyngus and Stripe-Faced Dunnart. Anatomical drawings of outback frogs, Figures 9 and 28, show tadpole mouths. This is Figure 9. And this is Figure 28. Colorful and strikingly patterned outback frogs swollen with water. Look at all these different frogs. Lizards top and center, and heads of snakes bottom. These are all the lizards. And these are all the heads of snakes. Lizards are in their mating season colors. And these are all the lizards. The erosive force of water has left its imprint on the low ground skirting Bunker Hill in the Flinders Ranges. Thick clay sediments carried off from higher ground by sheets of runoff water have been worn by streams into a maze of gullies whose walls are being further eroded into ridges and runnels. That A male red kangaroo bounds over a grassy plain at 30 miles an hour, holding its rudder-like tail stiffly behind to help maintain balance. There's the kangaroo. An emu, one of the largest flightless birds, paces across a plain in the Flinders Ranges. Adult emus, which stand up to 5 feet high, have few natural enemies. Emu chicks, however, take 18 months to reach full size and are meanwhile vulnerable to attacks from birds of prey and dingoes. For this reason, they spend the growing period under the care of their fathers. And we had emus when I went to the Davidsonville Animal Sanctuary. A mallee chick emerges from its nest. A male mallee fowl regulates the temperature of its egg mound by scraping away the soil on top. Yeah? Ayers Rock rises out from the empty plains. Here's Ayers Rock. Clouds turn Ayers Rock a rich brown. In shade, the rock turns sombre. Ayers Rock pales in the midday sun. At sunset, it assumes a ruddy glow. Evening shadows accentuate the rock's gloomy portals. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Comment below if you enjoyed the book, and join me in the next video where we explore Atlantic beaches.